Last week's election exposed how the liberal media lied to your face to prop up Kamala, and now the left's been exposed again. Last month, after FEMA botched its Hurricane Helene response, Democrats got on their soapbox and blasted everybody who criticized the agency. Remember? Turns out the only ones politicizing the hurricane was FEMA. And that misinformation the left warned you about was true. According to a bombshell report by the Daily Wire, a FEMA manager told relief workers in Florida to not help homes with Trump signs. Internal messages obtained by the Daily Wire shows the list of rules for FEMA canvassers. Rule number 2, avoid homes advertising Trump. So after FEMA confirmed that the messages were real, Director Deanne Criswell fired the employee and called her messages reprehensible. In response, the fired FEMA manager told Primetime that this wasn't an isolated incident, and quote, FEMA has made me a patsy.
Listen, I was very interested in seeing how this would play out with the young lady who worked for FEMA, who was exposed for not supporting or giving assistance to Trump supporters. I knew there had to be more to the story than this. Now, don't get me wrong. I listened to this video, and she looked like the type of person that would absolutely be like, no, we're not going to go help these people. But let's just hear her side of the story, because I really believe that it's more to it than just her not wanting to help somebody. And I think she kind of touches on it.
Stating that I was fired. They all alleged that these actions were made on my own recognizances and that it was for my own political advances. However, if you look at the record, there is what we call a community trend. And unfortunately, it just so happened that the political hostility that was encountered by my team, and I was on 2 different teams during this deployment, they just so happened to have the Trump campaign signage. FEMA always.
Wow. Okay. So the hostility that she encountered was from Trump supporters. Not even her. The hostility that her team encountered was from Trump supporters is what she's saying. Ladies and gentlemen, as a person who's been through Hurricane Katrina and's dealt with FEMA multiple times, what the hell do you expect to experience when you're in the field with people who have lost everything? You expect everybody to be like, oh my goodness, I'm so happy you're here to help me. It's been amazing. You're the greatest person on the earth. Oh my God. Especially in the current climate that was going on. Add in the fact that the hurricane danced the jig and targeted exact areas. Of course, them people not happy. Add in the fact that it took days for FEMA to get there. Of course, the people not happy at all. And here's the thing about it. When you talk about where the damn hurricane hit, ladies and gentlemen, nobody's saying this. In fact, I think we just look at the electoral map, and we should look at the map down to the county level. When you sit there and say you're not going to help anybody that has a Trump sign in their yard, it means that you're not helping nobody at all. Because it was Trump territory that got hit. I mean, it means you're not going to help nobody. I mean, certain areas, you're going to avoid those areas. So, is it partially probably her? Yes. I'm pretty sure she had her biases. Was it FEMA's biases as well? Absolutely. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm 100% sure it was FEMA's biases because we're dealing with the Joe Biden and Kamala Harris administration. The citizens of America are not a priority to them. At the same time, people were going through this hurricane. They were sending billions of dollars to Ukraine. They were sending money to Palestine. They were sending money to Iran. And they were financing housing and food for illegal aliens. So, of course, people pissed. And add in the fact that the people in these areas know what Joe Biden is doing, know what Kamala Harris is doing. It's not like it hit a blue city where they just oblivious to it. They know what's being done to them. Of course, they're going to be hostile. Then on top of that, don't forget, guys, because it's easy to forget these things. You offer the people $750. $750 that you have to apply for online in a hurricane, in the aftermath of a hurricane. And I don't think it really dawns on the average citizen who's never been through a hurricane. In the aftermath of a hurricane, there's no power, there's no running water, there's no lights. How in the hell am I supposed to apply for something on the internet when there's no internet in that area? So essentially, you coming out to me, not to write me a check, not to bring me no food, not to do anything, to tell me maybe you brought some food, but you tell me if I'm gonna get assistance, I gotta apply online. Hell yeah, I'm gonna be hostile towards you. Now, the further part is, what is hostile? I mean, what does hostile mean? Does somebody draw a weapon on you? Does somebody tell you, screw you, we don't want your help, you guys are not here to help us, get the hell out of here? Somebody pull a knife on you? What the hell is hostile? What are you avoiding?
Preaches avoidance first and then de-escalation. So this is not
that don't make no sense. FEMA preaches avoidance first and then de-escalation. Ladies and gentlemen, unless I don't understand the English language, if you avoid people, that means you don't come in contact with the people. If you avoid them, there's nothing to de-escalate. Period. If that's the case, then you shouldn't have any hostile encounters because you wasn't talking to no damn body. Man, these people crazy.
Isolated. This is a colossal event of avoidance, not just in the state of Florida, but you will find avoidance in the Carolinas. Senior leadership will lie to you and tell you that they do not know.
Well, we already know there's avoidance. We know y'all ain't avoidance. No, you ain't helping nobody. Avoidance equals not helping. That's been all over social media. We know y'all ain't helping nobody. That's why people was packing mules with resources and carrying them up mountains. It got to the point to where they don't even want your damn help. And so think about it. I harken back to Katrina. Hurricane Katrina hits. People are trapped in the city. They're trapped in the Superdome. They're trapped in neighborhoods. They're trapped on rooftops. They're trapped on buildings, blah, 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 blah. When it's time to go get something from FEMA to get some help, FEMA tells you got to fill out this, fill out that, stand in a long line, do this, do that, do this, do that. Many people got to the point to where they say, man, screw you, FEMA. The hell is the purpose of FEMA? And they went out and did other stuff. They just dropped it. Now, once everything subsided, then they came back and was like, all right, let me see what y'all got for me now. But anybody who's got some sense knows you can't rely on the federal government.
If you ask the DSA crew leads and specialists what they are experiencing in the field, they will tell you. Demand for FEMA to give you those incident reports, stating that.
And the craziest thing is, Roland Martin is on here defending her because he's like, well, you know, that's why she's on the Roland Martin show. He wants to give her a platform, a voice to defend herself. But quite frankly, sister, is indefensible. Because at the end of the day, if I'm working for FEMA, I'm a black dude, I'm in North Carolina, I know everybody pissed, but I'm working for FEMA, and I walk up and somebody said, I don't want no damn help from FEMA. Get them from around here. It's real easy. Sir, I lived through what you're living through. I've been through it in New Orleans. First of all, I want to apologize. And I know our government is not doing their job, providing everything that you need. And I want you to know that I'm hamstrung. There's only so much I can do. So I'm here to do what I can do to help you. Well, what can you do? This is what I can do. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Well, I can't fill out this application online. I don't have access to the internet. Absolutely, sir. I know you don't. So here's the problem that we got. I can go back and get access to the internet. You don't have access to the internet. We got two things we can do. I can figure out a way to get my laptop out here and get internet to you and sit with you and fill it out. You can give me the information. I can go back and fill it out. Bring back the report to you. Now, you don't know me. I'm a stranger. You may not trust me. You may not want your private information. Talk to me. What can we do to work this out? How can I help you? And if the person is rude to you after that, bro, there's nothing else you can do. Keep it moving. Keep it pushing. But you don't not talk to the people. You don't not help the people because the bosses said we avoid them. Man, you down bad for that. You got to sleep at night. And the reason why this woman's on TV is because she followed those orders. I would have never put that in no damn email. It would have been a tailgate meeting. This is how you handle hostile people. Point blank, period. And this is what we do. We de-escalate. This is how we de-escalate. But I would have never put it in no email. That's dumb. You put it in the email because you believed in it. And so for her to say it's not based on her political views, I think it's a bunch of BS. I'm sorry. Frankly, I think it's a huge load of BS.